What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. Happy Monday, and we've got another double feature in store for you today as we're going to take a look at two very early Chevy Chase films. First up today, we're going to take a look at Modern Problems, starring Chevy Chase, Patty D'Arbanville, Dabney Coleman, Mary Kay Place, Nell Carter, and Brian Doyle-Murray. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews here on this Manic Monday as we give you not one, but two. That's right, we got another double feature in store for you today. Two movies, very early movies from Chevy Chase. The first one we're going to get into today is called Modern Problems. And as our movie opens, Max Fiedler is an air traffic controller at New York's Kennedy International Airport, and his life is slowly going down the drain. His girlfriend Darcy has just left him due to his jealousy and his negativity. And now, everywhere he goes, he seems to run into her alongside of Barry, her narcissistic friend who wants her to be his girlfriend, which drives Max crazy. One night, while driving home from a party that turned out to be held at a gay nightclub in lower Manhattan, a tanker truck spills nuclear waste onto Max's car. Some of it splashes onto Max via his open sunroof, temporarily making him glow green before it absorbs into his skin. The next day, he notices that he has developed telekinesis. Max decides to use his newfound powers in order to ruin Barry's attempts at wooing Darcy. With a newfound optimism and confidence, Max slowly begins to win back Darcy's love. Things come to a head, however, when Max is asked to spend the weekend at the summer beach house of Brian, a paraplegic friend and publisher of Max's, who is now living with Max's ex-wife, Lorraine. Brian has also invited self-confidence author and womanizer Mark Winslow, who immediately has flirtations with Darcy. Winslow constantly demeans and degrades Max while attempting to further seduce Darcy, although his egomaniacal bragging and unabashed nudity alienates her. Between nobody believing his claims that he can move objects and Winslow's onslaught of insults, Max grows increasingly depressed until he finally cracks, showing off his telekinetic powers to all present at dinner by humiliating Winslow. Finally feeling that he is a monster, Max climbs onto the roof of Brian's house during an approaching thunderstorm. Max is fortuitously struck by lightning, causing the transference of his powers to Dorita, the voodoo practicing maid of Brian. Now understanding his odd behavior, Darcy forgives Max, and he is finally convinced that she truly loves him as our movie comes to its close. At first, I'm sitting there beginning to watch this movie, and I'm like, what am I watching here? This guy's got some serious Murphy's Law. You know, everything that can go wrong for him just goes wrong. And it kind of sucked. I've never been Chevy Chase's hugest fan in the world, but watching him go through the early, we'll say 20 minutes of this film, kind of feel for the guy. He makes Max very sympathetic. And then the incident occurs where he gets the toxic waste splashed on him and he begins to get his powers. And he kind of turns into a bit of a dick. And you're like, well, okay. This kind of matches everything I've ever heard about Chevy Chase. So he's just playing himself now. Cool. But then when you get to the beach house and you see him start to really give it back to Winslow, you're like, he deserved it though. As big of a prick as Chevy Chase was beginning to be, Winslow was even worse. And he deserved everything he had coming to him. Winslow was played by Dabney Coleman. And now you're cheering for him again because he's using his powers to get revenge on people that are trying to make him look like less than a man, look weak. I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, I didn't know what I was going into. All of the movies that were hand selected this month by my girlfriend, none of them I can recall seeing and have memories of having seen. We got a couple that are coming up later this week that I know I saw when I was younger, but I don't have memory of them. They didn't stick up here. You know what I mean? Like other movies do when you're a kid. So I'm going to be watching them like I'm watching them for the first time because I have no recollection of them, despite knowing that I saw them. But we'll get there when we get there. Everything else that she picked for me, I'd never seen. And so you go into these things blind and like, okay, well, I recognize these couple of actors, so let's see what's going on here. And this was a good movie. I wish more Chevy Chase's films were like this, and the one we'll be talking about at the top of the half hour, the second film in our double feature today, Foul Play. But we'll hold off on that one until we get there. Because these movies, Chevy Chase is just so darn likable as opposed to some of his other films. I thoroughly enjoyed this. When it comes to my rating for Modern Problems, I am going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Definitely room to improve and go up on my scale, but I feel like this really connected with me as far as, Max losing his love and basically doing everything he can to get her back and then succeeding in the end. I enjoyed this film. 4 out of 5 stars. What do you guys think? How many of you have seen Modern Problems? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in at the top of the half hour for the second half of our Chevy Chase double feature, as we will be discussing a film entitled Foul Play, starring Chevy Chase, Goldie Hawn, Burgess Meredith, Brian Dennehy, Dudley Moore, Marilyn Sokol, and Billy Barty. You don't want to miss out on that. Right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, second half of our double feature for today, Foul Play. Again, you don't want to miss it, so make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Chevy Chase, fans of Brian Doyle-Murray, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video. Share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep our visibility up in YouTube's algorithms now that we are, in fact, a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there who joined me and tuned in today. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys at the top of the half hour.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Owen the Talkinator Studios series premiere of Owen and AJ Talks. Welcome to the FTW family, Zero Miller. Shared experiences re-airing on the new FTW main hub. All Retro Wrestling Review Series videos on demand and upcoming. The Wrestling Rundown and ATW View crossover available now on demand. Fantasy Booking Series video. If Goldberg stayed in WWE in 2004. Pride CAW Supercard by Zero Entertainment. Available now on demand. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Simple Bracketology season premiere covering the G1 Climax 33. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indie Force episode 27, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, all watch-along events. AEW Double or Nothing Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting, episode 3 coming soon. La Strada 1954 watch-along, available on demand. WYW Intro and Immortal stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 8, Fast Food and Restaurants discussion. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
You ever wanted to come into a sports bar where the barkeeps know their game? Well, the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media has got a production just for you. Sit down and relax as the stat boy and his partner break down the statistics in all things sports. Whether it's football, basketball, motorsports, baseball, hockey, soccer, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, and much, much more. All are welcome. Your barkeeps here keep you up to date and in the know of everything going on in sports, while also having a pleasant conversation about it all. Your host and owner of the bar, Stat Boy Mike. His partner in crime, Dory Lou. And a host of other guests coming in. The food's hot, the seats are warm, the drinks are ice cold, and the sports talk is plentiful. Casa D18 Studios presents Stat Boy Sports Bar. Take a bar stool and enjoy the show.